How's it going today? This is Andy from TrueTobacco.com. Today we're going to go over a cigar review of the Acid Nasty. Here it is. And we'll go through here, just kind of open her up here and give you a little bit of a taste of what it's smelling like, what the textures and everything are. When you pull it out, one of the things I noticed about acids is they tend to fold over the top to kind of keeps the tobacco up top from drying out. And first smell, you're getting kind of a leather tobacco-y smell, with maybe a little hint of some spices of some sort. I do notice it's not like super hard by any means, but it's also not like really soft. It smells really good though. So next what we do is we go to cutting it. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna have multiple different things. This is one of my favorites, a little scissors one. I've also got another basic one. It's just a pull out to cut. Like I said, this is my favorite. And most cigars have like kind of a little brand of some sort around the top. These don't, but just kind of use your best judgment. Kind of chop off a small chunk at the very top. And throw that in the ash. Kind of brush it off. And then you're going to want to go ahead and pull the wrappers off, especially ones like this that are kind of inverted. It's just go ahead and pull the whole wrapper off. And then you're going to get to kind of unpeel the very top. Try not to like flake it away or anything. Just kind of get so that the tobacco is all uncovered and ready. And now we're going to get to the lighting. And if you see a little bit of tobacco or something left after your cut, just kind of brush it off. You'll be good to go on that. And one thing I've noticed when it comes to smoking cigars is you don't want to try to light it, like through your mouth. You want to try to kind of get it burnt, kind of get it toasted and get it going before you really pull on it. You can do that just kind of, lightly away from the flame, preferably not all the way in the flame, because it'll start toasting. And a lot of times if you get the flame, directly on the tobacco, it'll tend to just kind of burn it up, and you'll be smoking more of just a burn up ashy smell than the real flavors that you want to get from it. Kind of keep it rotating until you start getting some smolder. You want to try to keep away from the flames you're seeing. That's why you want to kind of keep it a little bit away. Kind of get an even roast. Any kind of lighter works. You don't have to use Bics. I do like the torch lighters, but I also prefer to use hand lighters most of the times, just because I have a better control. Sometimes your butane flame lighters will, they'll really burn it off, and you have problems with running and things to that matter. Get to the point where you kind of start seeing some grayed out, where it looks like the whole cigar is kind of lit, or at least darkened up to where you think you're going to have a cherry. That's when you want to start taking your first pulls. And for anybody that's new to smoking cigars, and you used to smoke cigarettes, and that's kind of where you're going with cigars, you don't want to inhale this like a cigarette. A lot of times you try to inhale a cigar with as strong as some of the flavors are and the real rich flavors you get out of cigars, you're going to run into the problem where you might start getting sick to your stomach. I would definitely not suggest sitting and trying to inhale a whole cigar. I mean, a couple, obviously when you're inhaling, when you're smoking in, you might inhale a little bit from time to time, but you want to try not to. And the other thing is you do want to kind of try to keep it uniform to where you're not, getting, like you'll see right there, it's starting to, it's getting a good cherry around the outside, but it's still a little burnt, just not really going with the cherry on the center. And just to keep it from running and stuff, you kind of get back to it, just burn it up a little bit more, maybe there in the center. Like I said, try to keep it away from the cigar the best you can. Yeah, there we go. And if you feel like you got it going good, always kind of below in the center. That'll kind of get you to even out, the cigar a little bit rather than allowing it to burn. And my initial, your initial few pulls, you'll be able to get some of the real fresh flavors. You'll be able to really pick up some of the flavors of each different cigar. But 90% of all the cigars, they're going to be different. Varying just from brands or even obviously different flavors. And over the weeks and months to come, I'm going to kind of be doing as many different ones as I can as far as flavors and different brands and things to kind of give people maybe a little background and a little bit of knowledge on, if they're trying to smoke cigars, what kind, maybe they prefer, that, you'll be able to really kind of pick them out rather than just, guessing and estimating on which ones you might or might not like. Because, cigars are a little bit more expensive for some of your more premiums. I mean, you can still get cheaper ones that, are kind of cheap and whatnot, but they're still really high quality cigars that you'll enjoy. And with this one, this is, like I said, this is the Acid Nasty, and this one's kind of got a, it's got a good full, like a wooded, almost, with like some spice in it. But the smoke's it's not overpowering as far as strong, and that's one of the things I've kind of noticed with the acids. They don't tend to be super strong, opposed to some of the other that I enjoyed smoking, like the punches and stuff. They have a few that are a little bit stronger bodied smoke rather than this, which I really do enjoy. This it's got a nice flavor. It's, like I said, it's not too strong, and it doesn't, like I said before, it doesn't seem to be a super hard cigar, so it's kind of soft and kind of it'll kind of keep the smoking rolling a lot better, rather than sometimes with some of them that are a lot tighter and harder. Sometimes you have problems with them going out and things. That's why I tend to enjoy the ones that are more of a mid range as far as the softness. But the soft ones, sometimes the really soft ones, they'll burn up a lot quicker. You don't get as much time to kind of enjoy the cigar, which is really the only thing I love about cigars, is you can really kind of take time as you're doing something, reading a book, whatever you may be doing. I really enjoy to sit and smoke cigars when I'm playing poker and stuff with buddies, so. And I get a good, good tobacco taste out of it too as well. The taste really resembles, the smell you get when you first opened it. The actual flavor of it, really does match up really well with what you're smelling. And when you first take that first dry draw before you ever chop it or actually take any pulls off of it. So that's kind of, you know, a quick rundown of what you got with, you know, the opening, the initial smells and things, as well as the lighting, kind of your first initial, you know, taste. And I'll get back with you here shortly to finish out the video and kind of give you a, give you a good rundown of where we're at as far as flavor of the smoke and everything. You know, once you get more to a midway, a lot of times it'll get a little stronger. It might change a little bit towards, you know, the midway, you know, as you're starting to burn down through it a little bit more. So I'll get back with you here real shortly.